Welcome back, Nerd Squad. My name is Ray Destroya, and this is Top 10 Nerd. It seems ridiculous that amidst all the heroes with super strength and energy blasts and elemental control, we should have a superhero who's best known for being a human squirrel. However, Doreen Green the Squirrelgirl is a formidable hero both on the battlefield and off, even if she seems totally nuts, because you are what you eat. So let's take a look at the top 10 Squirrel Girl surprising facts. In the number 10 spot is her creation. This is probably my favorite fact to cover for any hero, to be honest. According to creator Will Murray, Squirrel Girl was inspired by an old ex-girlfriend, a woman who was very into animals and enjoyed reading comics as well. Sounds like a cooler version of Snow White. He picked squirrels in particular because they were constantly running around on his roof and attempting to get into his house. You can call them infestation inspiration. Coming in at number 9, we have her win list. Somehow, Squirrel Girl managed to debut as a joke and as one of Marvel's strongest heroes all at the same time. Her list of winnings started with her mauling of Dr. Doom and continued onto other formidable foes such as Thanos, Deadpool, Wolverine, and Ego the Living Planet. Yeah, her and a bunch of squirrels actually took down a planet. So before you go making fun of her, remember that. You will still end up making fun of her. Next in number 8 is her hard time making friends. It is revealed that, for all her bubbly and outgoing personality traits, growing up was not easy for Doreen. We learn a lot about her in the novel The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, Squirrel Meets World. And one thing we learn is that Doreen got made fun of a lot at school and she had a difficult time with friends. She did make one friend, a deaf Latina girl named Anna Sophia, but even she was reluctant to befriend the Squirrel Girl. Eventually, Anna proves essential with her computer skills in taking down baddies, almost as useful as a bunch of squirrels. In the number 7 spot is her nanny job, but not just for any regular kid, but Danielle Cage, the child of Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. The two parents wanted to start up their superhero career again, but they needed a nanny to watch the kid. Well, after many unsuccessful applicants like Hellcat, Groot, and She-Hulk, they settled on Squirrel Girl to be their superpowered nanny. By the way, I think this is one of the most fun pages though, like seriously, who would you pick as your nanny from this crew? And why is Deadpool not speaking? Coming in at number 6, we got her fling with Wolverine. While on nanny duty, Squirrel Girl crosses paths with Wolverine, and things get a bit awkward. Now, while the interaction is intentionally vague, the most common interpretation is that these two were romantically involved sometime prior. It's a little disturbing considering she would have most likely been a minor at the time. She was also featured in one of his sexual fantasies, along with a couple other ladies he slept with, but also some that he hasn't, so we cannot know for sure. Marvel kinda wants to let your imagination run wild with this one. Next up in number 5, we have her rejection. After defeating Dr. Doom and saving Iron Man in her debut, Doreen has shown right off the bat that she is a worthy superhero, despite what it looks like. However, when she suggests that her idol Iron Man take her on as his partner, he turns her down immediately without a thought. All he does is offer to put a good word in with the Avengers or maybe Captain America 4 years down the line. Not even right away. The poor girl just saved your metal ass with squirrels and you won't even consider letting her stick around? Up next in number 4 is how she hides her tail. Correct me if I'm wrong, but most humans do not have tails. In fact, most humans would stare and ask questions if they saw another human with a tail, and it would be pretty hard to get stuff done. So in order to fit in better with the general public, Doreen hides her tail by stuffing it down her pants. And because that thing is pretty big, she then passes it off as having, in her words, a conspicuously large and awesome butt. Also probably conspicuously squishy. In the number 3 spot, she is not a mutant anymore. Doreen was introduced back in 1991 as a mutant, meaning she was born with her powers and they were the result of a mutated gene. However, in The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, she was retconned to have discovered she wasn't a mutant at all, but her powers were the result of an unspecified something. It was also mentioned she is both medically and legally different than a mutant, and some readers have interpreted this as a subtle way of keeping Squirrel Girl rights within Marvel, since Fox technically owns the rights to the word mutant. Well played there, guys. Coming in at number 2, her comic revealed a truth about Wolverine. The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl series was definitely entertaining, and thanks to it we will never be able to look at Wolverine the same way again. Although it wasn't Doreen herself who stated this fact, it was because of her series that we know this at all. According to Jubilee of X-Men, Wolverine's claws don't actually make a sound when they're exposed. He made the sound himself because he totally knows the effect wouldn't be the same without a sound effect. And yes, this is canon. And finally, in the number 1 spot is her death. She has defeated enemies far and wide, but even she is not invincible. And though she has managed to avoid the constant death, rebirth that many characters go through, Squirrel Girl met an untimely demise in the Marvel Universe vs. the Avengers storyline, and she meets her death at the hands of Luke Cage, who has been infected by the Survivor 118 virus, a virus that turns its hosts into feral cannibals. So yeah, he probably ate her too. They say squirrel meat can be pretty tasty. So those were the top 10 Squirrel Girl facts. Let me know in the comment section down below, who would you pick to be your superhero nanny? My name is Roy Destroya. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another nerdy list.